Well, hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Facebook Live. I am here at the Starbucks today. It is Saturday, and I am boning up for a surprise mastermind group that we're doing on the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I haven't really read this book in a little bit of a while, and it's something that I always want to reflect on. And so I'm reading chapter 12, which is on the law of curiosity right now, and it's very interesting. I respect and love my mentor John Maxwell very, very much. About 6 years ago, I was blessed and privileged to be able to join his team, actually go on a tour of his house, see his thinking room, see his study, sit in his thinking chair. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And about a year or two after that, he came up with this book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And so in this chapter on the law of curiosity, it's really, really key because he's asking, where does that curiosity come from? How do we protect it in our life? Actually, that's the question that I'm asking right now. Hey, Bob, from right down the street, come join me here at Starbucks, buddy. I'm right down the street. But I'm asking the question, how do we guard our curiosity? Because I don't know about you, but I've lost my curiosity from time to time to time. I have lost my curiosity in life. And when you lose, I know this from experience, when you lose your curiosity for life, you lose your zest for life. And when you lose your zest for life, life gets really boring and it turns into a very dark, not fun place. And we are in an epidemic right now in our life, in our society, with people, not just me, who just got vertical. Oh, that's not cool. Thanks for the feedback. Does this help? Feed me, feed me, feed me. I thought I was right there. I hope. I just undid the auto thing. Keep me posted. Is this working properly in horizontal view? I'm looking at the comments. I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to jump right back into where I was. We are in an epidemic in our society. It meant you, Bob. It meant you. In our society, okay, we have more people than ever before, tragically, that are losing their zest for life, and it might just be because they've lost their curiosity. So how do we guard it? And if we lost it, how do we get it back? Well, there is a brilliant story towards the end of this chapter that we're going to be discovering later this week. I'm actually only going to be bringing about 5 people through a study of this group, and you can find out more about that if you reach out to me. But there's a brilliant story of someone who was extremely intelligent, curious, and had worked on the Manhattan Project, could solve any riddle, not because he was a member of Mensa, not because he had a prodigious IQ, but simply because the person was curious. He was able to solve any riddle. He went on vacation and learned in South America and learned Mayan hieroglyphics and was able to just pick that up on the fly, not because it automatically came to him, but because he was really curious. And guess what? Learning hieroglyphics allowed him to defragment all of the codes for some of these really important scientific nuclear enigmas. And so it was really, really important. Dr. Michael, all the way from Tanzania, honor to see you on here on Facebook Live. So here's the story. This really curious person, brilliant person, believe it or not, lost his curiosity. How do you lose your curiosity when you're able to pick up hieroglyphics and interpret all that? Well, what happened is he got micromanaged in the Manhattan process so badly that he just got fried. He worked too hard. He burned himself out. Yes, it's a real thing. And guess what? How did he get unstuck? How did he get unfried? Well, he started getting curious again, and what he said is, well, I'm burned out, I'm fried out, I'm retired, I quit. What am I going to do now? My life is pretty boring. Johnny, I know you're on your way to Sandbridge. You can figure out maybe a couple of reasons why I'm not, yet on the road yet, and you can let the other family members know that I'm not going to be making, unfortunately, the breakfast checkpoint south of Dover. Unfortunately, David, good to see you, my friend. So how did he get unstuck? He's retired, he's fried, he's burned out. A lot of situations that a lot of people are in. Well, he said to himself, hey, life is kind of stinky the way that it is. I don't like being fried. I don't like being burned out. Why don't I just pretend that life is a game again? And that was the secret, my friend. He turned life into play once again, and he said, you know, if I'm going to be retired, if I'm going to be fried, if I'm going to be burned out, if I'm going to be not all that happy, I'm going to play the game of life, and I'm just going to start playing and experimenting and gamifying my life. You know, when I was a kid in high school, I felt trapped. Middle school, I felt trapped. I couldn't make my own decisions. I was being micromanaged. I had to wear a collar with 2 buttons on it, or 3 buttons every day, or else I'd get sent home. I didn't like that. I was in a similar spot, and I hadn't even entered the workforce. What did I do? Without even knowing it, I started gamifying my life. Yes, I started gamifying my life. And it got me in a lot of trouble because it almost got me out of school. It almost got me kicked out of school because I would gamify my life. What would you do, Nathan, you asked? Well, I looked around and I started playing with the environment that I had. This is horrible. Now, those of you that are school teachers, never let your students do this, but I was so bored, and we didn't have the internet yet. We didn't have Google yet. I couldn't, you know, I read all the books. Am I still broadcasting? Please come back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. The people are waiting for me. I'm coming back. Yeah, David McGlennon, man, I'm going to call you right back. I'm on Facebook Live. I jumped on without telling you. All right, so what did I do? I started observing all the things that people would do, and I started putting points on the list. Now, those of you that are friends that are watching the replay, you know this to be true, and it almost got me kicked out of middle school. You remember, because I didn't just record the good things people were doing, but I was recording the disruptive things. Well, if there's a way to gamify your life by taking stock of the good things that were happening and catching people doing good things instead of not so good things like I did in middle school, that's what you want to do. You don't want to encourage bad things and whatnot, everything like that. All right, so I got a message from my phone appointment here. I'm going to have to jump off of Facebook Live to honor a prior commitment, but I want to encourage you, check out chapter 12 here. This is a great book. Only 4 other spots available for those of you that want to jump in. We're going to be at the swankiest co-working space in Wilmington. If anybody really, really, really wants to jump in on teleconference or Zoom, I may make a provision for that, but reach out to me. But I want to encourage you, stay curious. 4 quick things that curious people have. Number 1, they are thirsty. Number 2, they always have interest. They are interested in life. Number 3, they always want to know more. And number 4, they're always asking why. You know, when your kids always say, why, Daddy? Why, Mommy? Why? That's what a good thing to do to avoid losing touch with your life. Keep curious. Like that guy says, stay curious, my friends. Stay thirsty, my friends. So those are the 4 things that I got out of a little nugget of this chapter. I hope this blesses you today. Steve, good to see you. Ann, good to see you. Catch you guys later.